Hi Tea Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out Chaeyoung's first melody project, and that is all I know about this. The title doesn't give me anything else, the description doesn't give me anything else. I even scrolled through some of the top comments just to have an idea. Nothing. So I don't know if this is a cover, I don't know what it's called, I don't have a title, I don't have captions. This is gonna be a little bit of a strange reaction for me because there's only so much that I could take from this video. It's a little bit of a mystery for me, but that's okay. I'm cool with that. I like being surprised. So definitely fill me in the comments of anything I might need to know about this particular project. I'm just excited to take it back to 2016 and check out where she started with her melody projects because I have checked out some of the other ones. So I'm excited to see what she's got for me. I think it's pretty funny that I'm going into this with strategy stuck in my head. Anyway, ooh, it's all the way back in December. Wow. Okay, okay. I might be a little bit off seasonally, but that's okay. Oh, her voice. Wow, getting like a lower register from her, but like a beautiful, like breathy, light sound. You can hear how close she is to the microphone. Beautiful. Interesting instrumentation.
거기 멈춰 있는 외로운 지금의 내 모습이 두려워져.
Ooh, gorgeous like transition from like very much at the bottom of her register and then working her way up to a bit more of a mixed range but still keeping that like airy light sound.
거기 멈춰 있는 외로운 지금의 내 모습이 두려워져. 다른 길로만 걷기도 했고 멀리 돌아서 와도 내 제자리인데 여긴 아무도 내가 혼자인지도 몰라 원래 없던 사람처럼.
Ooh, I wasn't ready for her to flip up into that falsetto. That hit me right in my heart. Beautiful forward placement. Cool drone shot. Ooh! I wasn't ready for the instrumentation to shift. The guitar's coming in? Love that repeat shot. That's a cool shot too. Ooh, see, like they're not having the same like breathy tone there, right? So she's starting off the song very breathy, light. We're more in this ballad placement of the song and her delivery of it. And then getting into the second verse, she's still in that like same range in her vocals. Way more closure, not having the same airiness that she did before. Love getting to see that transition of her like progressing the story. Again, I'm sorry, I don't have the lyrics. Still like light. Ooh, I love getting to hear like the lower part of her range too, where she sits in it a lot nicer when she's not trying to get the same like airiness. It sounds like a little bit like she's tapping out when she had more of the airiness, because a lot of the time when you're hitting like a note that is kind of you reaching to the lower part of your range, you tend to get really airy because you're loosening up your vocal cords too much, that you're not getting like a proper closure with the sound. And it was sounding like a little bit like that, but now that she's putting in this closure, it's like a very like intentional airy sound that she had before, and she has some great like warmth to the lower part of her voice. So I'm like, maybe it's not her capping out, and she's like fairly young at this point, whereas I'm like, I'm sure now it's a lot easier for her to hit some of those lower tones just because her voice has matured more.
내 기억에 우울해질까
A little hum too.
가득한 기억 속 모습이 왠지 보기 좋아 보였던 것 같아
She had a beautiful tone for part of that.
거기 멈춰있던 우리의 예전의 그 모습이 그리워져
Ooh, okay, beautiful shot there too, where you can see like some of the like scenery in these like spaces at the edge of these balconies. It's just like a really cool shot for that. But also with her voice, we're getting like, there's a part where she punctuated with some more airiness coming through and then having a little bit of vocal fry. I love seeing her bring in some of those now that she's set up this less airy, more closure to her voice for the rest of the verse. As we're getting into the chorus, she's adding in some other elements of intentionality with adding in some of that texture. Gorgeous. And like parts of these, her tone is just gorgeous. Maybe that's because I love a lower warm tone. That's gonna scratch that itch in my brain, but also just love getting to hear a little bit of that part of her tone. And then we get into the chorus and it's a much higher register. I'm excited to hear what she's gonna do going into the next chorus, because we're not trying to get that same kind of airy lightness that we were at the beginning of the song.
멈춰있던 우리의 예전의 그 모습이 그리워져 다른 길로만 걷기도 했고 멀리 돌아서 와도 내 제자리인데
Love the bit of vibrato.
너도 내가 혼자인지도 몰라 원래 없던 사람처럼
Getting a like mix there instead of a falsetto for that upper note. It's a cute little car too. Ooh, cool edit. Effective. I'm okay with just a montage being a look. I feel like, look at our cutie pie. Isolated though, so I feel like that might be. The song seems like a bit melancholy. And then like the low saturation. Interesting production, like instrumentation though. Ooh, love that like reverb. The like echo in those drums. Ah, okay. So cover, and the song is called Alone. I was getting some isolation vibes. So it only took me the entirety of the song to get some context for it. But thank you. But that was gorgeous. I always love getting to hear like a lower part of a range, especially thinking in the context of when this came out in comparison to Twice songs circa 2016. Definitely them in their like very poppy, bright, cutesy phase, right? A lot of the sound that we were getting from all of the members was this very like bright, pingy, forward placement, higher register, like and all of that, right? So in the context of being able to hear this, having the rest of her performances be very much in that vein, and then getting something that is this ballad in a lower part of her range, and you can hear like the warmth to that lower range. It's a comfortable place for her to be, and then still have those upper parts where she's getting into a mix and a falsetto. And again, just the control of the airiness that she was choosing to control the energy of that song. Gorgeously done, like both in terms of like her performance and the video. No, this I'm assuming given that the song is called Alone, that it's all these places of like isolation and kind of starkness, right? Like even the room that she was in, there wasn't like furniture or anything in it. It was a very like isolating look, and having all of these drone upper shots, top down shots showing her in this place of not being surrounded by anyone or even like nature. There was lots of her being in these kind of industrial or like urban environments, right? Like a lot of like concrete and asphalt and stuff. Gorgeous put together for the video as well. And I think is, considering it's her first melody project all the way back in 2016, impressive, the kind of performance that she was putting forward at this point. It only took the whole reaction, but I did eventually figure out that the song is called Alone. I'm assuming it's a cover, and that's why we had the credits there at the end. I honestly don't know anything, so definitely in the comments give me all the info about it and let me know what was going on, especially since this was first melody project. The vibes of melody projects are something that I don't entirely know the history of, other than like having gone through some of them in retrospect. I don't really know what it was like to be a fan at the time when these melody projects were coming out, but I'm sure it was very exciting to have a little bit of a different perspective on the members, again, especially since they were very much in this pocket of that very bright, fun girl crush kind of vibe for their beginning of their career. So to have something like this, which is very like low saturation on the video, more in like this ballad, forlorn, melancholy sound, getting that lower register from her, definitely is a contrast to what was going on with Twice's music at the point that this was coming out. So I love getting to see some of the start of her journey. I've checked out some of the other melody projects, so it's fun to have this as a bit of a comparison point and see how she's worked on her voice. And like I was saying, gorgeous lower tone from her, and her voice has only matured and been like put in more practice and refined over the years, that it's fascinating to see what her voice was like at the beginning of their careers, Twice, and getting into melody projects. But I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this place to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to the next time episode Twice reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.